All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. BreakyCPK here, joined by Dutchownage. We got top green tack up 1-0 over Vinicius here in this best of the three semifinal matchup. Looking forward to seeing what happens at game number 2 now as the bands finishing up quickly and into our first pick. We're swapping sides, as you can see. But yeah, that first game, it was a great game. It was a lot of back and forth, a good laning phase. I mean, Hammersmith just simply couldn't deal with all the tools constantly coming out from the Legion side. Top green tech right there. So, but we got an engineer first pick this time around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, engineer is I think one of the strongest supports these days. With like it just does everything, you know, with the ultimate, the slow and the pushback from the turrets, and just very, very solid and like long lasting stun with the keg. You usually do want some setup stun. You don't usually want to initiate with the engineer. But it's not surprising that they picked it up. And as a response pick, we see both an empath and a pharaoh. So there's definitely I'm kind of curious if they're going to do something against this pharaoh, like what we talked about last time, right?
Yeah, I mean, pharaohs. I remember also bringing up that they picked Hammerstorm into the Pharaoh, and that's for obvious reasons. It is not a friendly matchup just throughout the game in general. No matter what items you get, you're still going to be annoyed by those mummy walls, especially. So, obviously, you know, Hammerstorm is still available. Will they go that direction again? We'll see. But Monkey King, though, being banned is the biggest difference of all of this, though. We're not going to see that Empath Monkey King combo. Once again from the Hellborn side here. So that's already the change up along with that first pick engineer.
Yeah. I mean, like, also the good thing about like Pharaoh plus Monkey King is that the Monkey King doesn't get blocked by the mummy walls. You can actually use the mummy walls to like jump over the mummy walls and just get distance. So it's just like a natural good combo there.
Yeah.
And Aston, of course, being quite good on that Pharaoh. Sorry, on the Monkey King is just something they just don't really want to deal with, apparently.
You know, something else I actually thought about too, the Pearl pickup also felt a little underwhelming. I mean, Asphyxia is still a great ability all throughout. We saw the early Bloodlust go with it, but Preservation. I mean, there was even fights where that didn't even come out. They weren't going up against these ranged carries, so it wasn't necessarily there to mitigate much damage, and felt underwhelming too.
Yeah, like the Hammerstorm was always jumping balls deep into the enemies there, and Pearl with a PK just can't really follow up, because if Pearl runs in, he's just going to get like 2 or 3 shots by the Monkey King and the Madman, you know. So there wasn't really much to save. Like, Pearl works better if you have something like Forsaken Archer, something like Puppet Master, you know, something that is like high DPS but squishy, and that you want to get those annoying melee heroes that are on top of you. You want to get them off of your hard carry, and that's like what Pearl's really good for. Now we see a really like globally aggressive lineup here from the Legion side, by the way, with both the Nymphora and the Bensington providing that global presence. But what's they really need right now on the Legion side is setup. And one really good ban here, credit to Fall, is the Gladiator. Gladiator is like that insane setup. It delays the enemies for 4 seconds with the W, and then like another 1.5 seconds with the Q. And that's like the kind of thing that you need, or like it's just really good combo with like Bensington.
Yeah.
So they're looking for other heroes that like can set up as well as like something like Gladiator can. So they could honestly think about picking up another Tundra. Nomad pickup is interesting. Nomad is quite good against Bensington though, as you can probably imagine. Also, Nomad is quite good against Engineer as well, because like Engineer puts down the keg, puts down the W, the turret. That's just a free ultimate for the Nomad. You know?
Oh, it actually works against this. So any of those shots, you just pop the ultimate and it goes off. Okay.
It just doesn't really work on dot damage. So, you know, the Empath link, the activation of the link does proc it, but the passive damage doesn't, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. So, actually, Zephyr pickup. So this might be a solo Zephyr against the Pharaoh.
Yeah, the hero you usually want solo.
Yeah. But specifically because of the Pharaoh pickup, right? You know Pharaoh is always going to go into a solo lane. So you just try to put the Zephyr against the Pharaoh, and like that's how you deal with that. The Pharaoh's like you just like automatically win one lane at that point.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, they still need a setup here, and especially because the enemies have Pearl and Empath, it's quite a bit of defensive support. Where if you just like, okay, they're just going to go for like no or not too much setup. Hack provides a little bit of setup, I guess, like the constant slow and the chase ability. But they do lack stuns, I would say. I'm kind of curious how they're going to do this here. It might be a tri-lane with Benzicton, solo Zephyr, solo Hag. So what's the Hellborn side is probably looking for? Oh, Magebane.
Ooh.
Okay, so how much Magebane have you played / seen recently?
So that I was going to bring that up because I haven't played or seen it recently, but I remember looking it over and realizing Master of the Mantras changed. It's changed a lot.
Well, like first of all, he's a strength hero now, right?
Oh, really? I didn't even notice that. Okay. Wow.
I think, that's probably the start. So Magebane changing from like a strength hero from agility hero to a strength hero, it means that you don't really want to go cleaver that much on him anymore. Magebane is not necessarily like a hard carry these days. Not like a typical hard carry. But more like that's a good example, like a Drunken Master, or like a
bit more an active hero, an active hero earlier on.
Yeah, it's just like a tanky hero that wants to be in your face all the time, you know?
Yeah.
So Drunken Master, even Monkey King, something like a Panda, something that's like not necessarily the strongest, if like just purely based on items, but it can easily take out the supporting cast. The ultimate, of course, is actually super strong these days, with like the level 3 ultimate dealing 150% of the target's missing mana as damage. So, you know, if Hag gets a Grim of Power lately, or late game, and he's out of mana, you just ultimate him as a Magebane and just falls over dead.
Yeah, I mean, you look at both the you mentioned the Hag, you got the Zephyr as well. These are heroes that really bank on doing a good amount of magic damage to you. Magebane just seems like the obvious choice. It really does. So I can certainly see why they wanted to go that direction. And I'm excited to see it because, this hero has definitely changed. There is still something a little odd to me just kind of seeing this model, and it's such a classic one, of course, even back to the old Dota days. And you just think like the ultimate agility carry, but I get why they made the changes and the theme of it and everything. It makes sense. So excited to see how FAW does. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, dual lane mid setup, 2v2. Pearl's here as well. And you got Nymphora matched up with the Zephyr.
So I think this favors like the Nymphora plus Zephyr lane more. Because, the Zephyr just has a lot more sustain. And the Nymphora Q is so strong. Nymphora Q at level 1 deals 130 damage and heals for 130. So if the enemy ever goes in, you just like pop the Nymphora pod and you just stand in it. And if they want to commit, they're going to take a lot of damage. And if they don't commit, you just heal a lot.
Yeah. No, Magebane going the mana combustion early on, so getting some mana burn hits in. But what I find interesting about the slate setup, so the dual lane mid, 2v2 mid, it's fun, but How about the choice by the Radiant or the Legion side to go, oh, by the way, Hag is in trouble. He was able to blink, of course, over the wall, but took plenty of damage there. They sent Hag to the bottom lane, and they could have had the 1v1 match up top and then had the 2v2 bottom, but they choose to kind of sacrifice Hag in a sense instead of having that 1v1.
So, if anywhere you kind of want like the Hag like close to the tower, right? Close like to a safe lane. Like the Hag can at least get some farm, maybe kind of pull.
Oh, barely lives. Engineer wants us still. He's getting greedy. Engineer wants us. What are you doing? That's so greedy. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you should. Yeah, like the Pharaoh is just so tanky early on. Like 700 HP here. So Pharaoh just kind of tanking up here. Makes him like it's just not that easy to kill. The Hag is of course not easy to kill for the bottom lane either for the Nomad and Empath. But they don't necessarily need to kill the Hag, they just need to push him out the lane. And they have a good ward for that as well, behind the tower here. Meanwhile, so you talked about like, you wanted to 1v1, yes?
Pharaoh's in trouble again. Might actually be dead this time, yes. It's going to be a Cherry Popper, aka Bloodlust Kill coming out for the Legion side, as they finally take out that Pharaoh's tanky as he is. He ain't tanky enough. He knew that damage was going to continue. Hag, also pressure, but he's fine.
Yeah. Hag is just being bullied right now by the Empath, basically. Which is, of course, what the Empath should be doing. Nomad is free farming. But I think they should be winning middle. I haven't paid too much attention to mid. I know that, like, Nymphora is stacking a lot.
Yes.
Oh.
There's that. What you're talking about. You're on top of those tornadoes. The heal bomb goes down. I mean, Pearl just didn't stand a chance. Had soothing presence, but unable to use it right there, and easy kill.
So like and like normally, in like a dual mid lane, you know, the mage bane jumps at you, and you're kind of like scared slash, you know, don't really want to man face him because he gets a shield when he jumps. That like absorbs some damage. But as a Zephyr, like, sure, let's duke it out. You're happy to do that as a Zephyr, because the tornadoes are just gonna carry like that 1v1 trade-off, you know, the last hit or the auto attacks me. That's the great thing about a Zephyr, like in these kind of situations. You don't necessarily need to auto attack, and like you're even already. Mage Bang, by the way, going for sustainer level 1 or first here.
Well, I was going to say, by the way, a couple of things. First off, we did notice a player substitute on the Legion side. I think Gijanko, he was not in last game. They had the two Meneles. But swapping one of them out. So making that change there. But I'm also, and I know you brought this up too, Nymphora is just stacking over and over again at these two camps just south of Zephyr. And we're constantly seeing, you know, the lane gets pushed out. Zephyr will go farm that. The synergy is definitely there. And with a hero kill on top of that, as I was speaking of that, Pharaoh gets run down by Engineer to the tier 2 tower and is taken out. So this start is looking much better for Vinicius right now.
Yeah, the Pharaoh is also just being bullied, right? So, like, Engineer gets the setup stun that he needs from the Benzigen stun. It's like long enough that it's basically easy to push him back, you know? And then it's quite easy kill. And like about the stacks that you said, like the Zephyr like naturally pushes the lane. And that's why they can do this, right? So Zephyr can basically farm jungle without really losing.
Wait, that's possible? What the?
Yeah.
All right, blinking off of the map right there, but the wall gives the vision, and Empath able to secure the kill. Well played there. You do see Zephyr, though. I'm looking at the GPM charts right now. Nomad had a big lead, but that has closed significantly with this jungling. In fact, it's nearly, Zephyr's only about 10 gold per minute behind now or so.
Yeah,
so
that's triple stack there as well. Triple stack hard camp, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Zephyr is just constantly like pushing out the mid lane and then going jungle means that he actually doesn't lose any farm mid lane. And the Mage Bane has a lot of issues like counter pushing like fast, you know. But yeah, so what he said last game, I was actually checking.
Okay, so we got confirmation. So Jajenko is actually Manila. It's the other Manila, but they switched to their main account or something. But there is it. Malaka is a new player for Cragio. Yeah. So there actually was a player substitute. Just had it wrong there in the players. Just keeping us on our toes there. So there you go.
Yeah, everyone has to have like 15 other accounts with different names. Okay, so yeah, Cragio. That was the guy that was swapped out here. Cragio was the scrap player.
Okay.
And that was definitely the substitute. And Malaka is Sigma, I believe. Probably doesn't say much to you, but probably just to most people.
Oh, Volca. He's dead.
Oh, yeah, he's just getting dived. Dove?
Dove. I think it's proper. 0-3 though on Pharaoh. That's the struggle bus is real for him.
That's maybe a dead Nymphora. Oh
no!
If so if Aston was like a little bit closer to Nymphora there, he could have like ultimated on the backswing of the Nymphora stun. And like Nomad ultimate does a lot of damage these days.
Oh yeah. Fat Nymphora gets away though.
Yep. But like, so look at this. Like, Mage Bane has a Hound like Legion, and still he cannot man up against the Zephyr. Zephyr, like with only 700 HP, but because Mage Bane and Pearl just don't really have burst damage, there's not much they can really do against him here. I'm kind of curious though what the Zephyr is going to build. Oh,
Benzington. Coming bottom. Nice job by Nomad, though. Popping that edge cutter. Gets the turn kill on to Sir Benzington, and now Hag's in trouble. Sure to use that Bat Blast. Is going to be able to, nope, not get away. Yep. Nomad with the turn. That's that edge counter, man. It's perfectly used to get the return kill there.
It's fine. Not going to get much. Yeah, so, like, Benzington is not really a great hero against Nomad. Because Benzington, you can easily time your Nomad ultimate on top of the Benzington ultimate. So like Benzington is invulnerable during the flight, but you know, the moment that he lands and you ultimate as the Nomad, it's like a free 2-second stun.
Yeah.
And the Benzington naturally is just not that tanky. I think actually Volca might be in a bit of trouble on top lane.
On mid lane, they're also playing pretty aggressive, but back to Volca, 0-4 now. Pharaoh's life, it's once again the struggle similar to Tundra was last game. Swapping teams though, I suppose. So 9 minutes in, and I mean the gold lead still favors overall the Legion side by about 1,000, but Nomad is really accelerating now, especially after what just happened right there. That Battle Fury is almost online, and his farm's going to be enhanced that much more. So we have a similar theme to last game, kinda, because the biggest difference is that if you're Vinicius here, you have a couple of cores, both Benzington and Zephyr, that are actually farming okay, you know, pretty well. They're not relying on just one carry by any means, but that Nomad is up there, and Mage Bane, about 400 GPM himself.
Hag. I think Hag's going to die again.
Hag's dead, yeah.
It's just that, like, if Hag needs to blink and to deal with the wall, then the empaths can just run him down and then stun him with the Q. Because Hag doesn't have... Oh, he has red boots, but nothing else. It's... Yeah, so they want to really protect this jungle. You know? You see the stacks that are being made?
Uh-oh. Nymphora, you're in trouble. Gonna take the stun with the Link. Empath. Running away, though. Zephyr bringing in the Tornadoes. If he wants to use the ultimate, he could. I mean, not needed, though. It is going to be a free kill on Empath, no matter who gets the last hit. Nomad still kind of making his way out of there, though. Actually, Mage Bane and Pro, though, coming over, so they perhaps still want to fight, but no, look at the flank. Engineers here as well. Has the ultimate ready to go. Energy field. Can he get the placement for it? He's going to pop it. Nomad realizing at the last second. Doesn't take the silence. Good job stopping right there before he hit it, and they kill the energy field immediately. But the Sandstorm going to be activated. Preservation popped. Mage Bane gets the kill on a wretched Hag, but at what cost? They are pretty deep here. Sir Benzington, they want to kill that Nomad. The Kickstart connects, and the Gust. And they do take out Nomad, so the aggressive play of top green tack ends up backfiring there.
Oh, and Benzington gets another one. Yeah, Benzington going for like more of like a physical damage build here instead of like what you would usually see like the Thunderclaw. Oh. Wait, Mage Bane might be dead here.
No, he's just too tanky as a blink.
Yeah. So what you would usually see like on the Benston is like a Thunderclaw, because the Heart Piercer, the E from Benston, it makes him penetrate through magic armor, and that does count for items as well. So basically, it makes the Thunderclaw deal like true damage if someone has like no magic armor, you know? Oh, seen in 4 port. Top lane, I think. Yeah.
Where are we going? Top, but Pharaoh's already he's suspicious.
Yeah, they really do need to protect these stacks a bit more. I would say though, because like you see Yanko here trying to take the stacks. But if if Hellborn would want, they could probably contest this at least a little bit. They're not doing that right now though, which surprises me. Because the Zephyr has like 120 seconds cooldown level 1 on his ultimate. And Zephyr without like the ultimate is just not that scary. At least like, you know, you can't kill him, but he's not gonna kill you.
What I will say as well, Nymphora choosing to use the global teleport there with Sir Bennington to go top to try to kill a 0-4 Pharaoh, who's already just struggling so much in this game. It seems like a little bit of a, is that necessary kind of, especially since they didn't get it. Yeah, there's other things to certainly address as Mage Bane.
Yeah, so okay, like it's really difficult right now for the Legion side to kill Nomad, right? Because Nomad with the ultimate just is so much counter kill potential. So I think they just want to, one, take their jungle, make sure that like they cannot stack for the Nomad. 2, of course, like, you know, bully Volca, bully the Frenchman. That's their goal right now. But it's also just money, right? Like free gold, because like Benston doesn't have a farming item, so he wants to continue playing active, continue applying pressure. And since, you know, Pearl is not really easy targets, Empath is always together with the Nomad. Oh, they're going top.
Yeah, they are. Mass TP, energy fields put down though. Engineer able to respond to this Pharaoh initiation pretty well. Keg's done out, puts the gun down. Hag with a bat blast to kill Pharaoh. Mage Bane, no, he's fine. As that mantra as well, the preservation, they boom goes the dynamite on Wretched Hag. He is dead. Sir Bensington trying to get away, getting pushed away. The auto attack connects though from Pearl, and a successful kill happening once again for TGT. Nomad in hot pursuit. Engineer might just be a little too fast though, unless they want to dive this tower. Oh, and they do. They definitely do. Wall's going to be coming out on the wrong side. Will it matter? No, it will not. Nomad, too much damage. Gets the stun. Never mind. They're not going to commit. Too risky. Engineer survives. Mid tower goes down in the meantime. Zephyr was not there. He does get a tower kill out of it at least.
Zephyr, interestingly, going for red boots into what I'm assuming is a Staff to Master. Staff to Master on Zephyr is like a really good... he could go Mock. I think if you want to go for Staff to Master, he would have bought it already, probably. At least parts of it, you know?
Or Zephyr?
Yeah.
What does that do with, let's say, Typhoon? Okay, it makes it that much bigger? Okay.
No, 2 things. Yeah, one, like the Typhoon is a lot bigger. But the second thing is like the Ws. So you get like 1 W every 4 seconds instead of like... so basically you keep like max tornadoes all the time. Even without like last lane creeps.
Okay. Yeah, that seems really strong, but...
Yeah, and you get like 13 instead of 9. So... I would say like Mock and Staff to Master are like... kind of very similar items. It's just that Mock is a bit more aggressive and carry-ish, while Staff to Master is a bit more, you know, tanky-ish frontliner. But in theory, it's like this. It's the same idea, just AoE magic damage.
Now, well, on that point real quickly, and again, just in general, as we talked about at the beginning, we do have to pay attention to Mage Bane. The more levels adding up on him. Is level 2 Master the Mantra now, and I'm wondering if he's just going to even max that out next. That's a lot more mitigation that will be coming out against this Legion team in general. So,
yeah, and the active, you should definitely not forget the active.
Yeah.
So, when he activates it, it has like a long cooldown, as they might actually choose to go in mid lane.
But it's like the reflective skill, yeah.
Yeah, so 90% of the mana cost gets delta damage. So let's say like 100% for convenience sake, right? Like Hag ultimate does cost 200 mana. Hag E costs like 140 mana. If Hag just uses his abilities, like all of his abilities right now, he would be practically dead with level 4.
He nearly kills himself. Yeah, you gotta be really careful. No, when how is it very obvious when it's active? I think I saw it earlier. It's like a huge white shield around him.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so every time you use an ability, like it's like the ability says shoots a flare, and it does like kind of shoots something towards you. So you notice it for sure, but you also just kind of notice it because your HP goes down to 0 real quick.
True. By the time you notice it, you're almost dead. And it's like, well,
oh, melee mind trap.
Oh, the mind trap hits, but Pharaoh. Okay, they're gonna kill Pharaoh. So it was double ultimates to do that.
They want to really get out here, though.
Yeah, especially if they lose people. This is bad for the Legion. Hag's low. You got to be careful. Batbot, he wants to kill the neutrals. He can't get it. Wretched Hag, so greedy right there. Ends up getting away, but yeah, that was not the greatest. And that's why I brought that up earlier, right? Where they're committing to these kills on Pharaoh. It just doesn't feel worth it.
Yeah. So the staff on Zephyr would have been really good for like the reason that I think there are a lot of really good staff heroes in the Legion team. So let's go over them one by one, right? So Bensington's staff gives him plus 250 extra range, like passively. So he already gets like 250 extra range from his E. Then yeah, if you hover over the W, he gets like another 250 extra range. So he ends up with like 650 range or something like that.
Mid lane, by the way. Preservation order to use Empath. He's likely dead. Yeah, Empath will be the victim, and Rest should be able to get away. The chase is on by Zephyr, but I don't think he's going to be able to get in gust range.
Oh, yeah. Ben's gonna look the setup on the full guy again, yeah. Pharaoh.
Yep. Pharaoh's just striding around.
Yeah, just bullying the Frenchman. Poor guy. They're both French, so...
Well, he wants him dead once again. I mean, they're going to get the tower out of this, but Pearl's also nearby if they really try to commit again, but...
Yeah, and I like the Nomad... Okay, Nomad actually doesn't have TP. I don't know if they're aware of that. Because if they were, they should have definitely dived. But at this point, Zephyr just picked up armor boots. And the nice thing about Zephyr against Nomad is... if you just ultimate the Nomad... He, like, Zephyr ultimate also goes to Shrunken, like always, the slow at least. If you just, like, Zephyr ultimate the Nomad, he's just out of the fight for like 5 seconds. Because it's so difficult to get, like, out of that slow.
Yeah.
Bottom.
They're going. Oh, they're going to kill Pharaoh, but at what cost this time around? Asphyxiate coming out. Sir Bennington keeping his distance. Whirl Bubble as well. The rest of the team, Nomad's charging in with the As-1 on him. There's a speed burst. Can they get a good wall here? Maybe. Does comes out the wall. Pretty awkward placement. The energy field also making it difficult. Engineer will go for the TP play, and successfully, Sir Bensington. Edge counter, nice job baiting it, actually. And now they're committing on the leader side. Good job with the preservation, keeping Nomad alive for the second longer. It's not going to be enough, though. Down goes Pearl as well. MageMate getting here late. Does have a mana rift, but it's worried about blinking away at this point to survive. Empath also going to be run down, and they just simply bought enough time here on this Legion side to get the turn kills. I mean, it's now almost a 14,000 net worth lead. I remember looking at that like 3 minutes ago and thinking, oh, it's about a 2,000 lead, not too bad. They just have really jumped ahead now. Yeah,
Zephyr just kind of took off, eh? Like, okay, like partially it's that actually, but also, wow, Fall jumping really aggressively in the mid lane.
Oh.
Okay, it's fine. But like, it's towers, like a lot of towers. Look, the 6 towers are down from the Hellborn here, while only 2 are down, like only 1 down from Legion side, so that is a lot of like potential gold. But, you know, potential golds might as well not be there if you're not gonna... If the towers are always gonna stay up, you know?
Yeah.
So, especially like the supports and the Pharaoh here are like suffering because of that. Because they need that tower money to kind of claw their way back into this game. While Hag, who has also had who was also suffering a lot, just kind of, got back because of all those towers. Because like she still really hasn't gotten much kills or something, but it's just like a lot of space right now.
Yeah, and when you compare Hag to the Pharaoh as well, I mean, look at that. 370 gold per minute, great at 120. Like, those are two of the same roles technically, and it's just massively favoring. I think that's kind of the biggest difference in this game for sure right now.
Yeah, but Pharaoh just really has not been able to find his spot this game, because he's 0-7-0.
Staff of the Master finished on Zephyr, by the way. You mentioned that, and why not get both?
Yeah,
Got now the Mach and the Staff combo.
So I'd love for him to either staff. Well, high staff is good. It's more damage, lower cooldown, and it changes the damage to superior, so it goes to shrunken. Then you have engineer staff, which is really good. It allows you to like throw the energy field on top of people. And
I was just reading that, yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow, Hag almost dead actually.
Hag's likely dead. No way he gets away, right? Oh, you saw the flare right there, but he's gonna survive. Wow.
Just barely survives there. Okay, but engineer making another mine trap as well. I don't know if the ward sees it. It might. Okay, they're gonna see it right if he places the ward there.
Yeah, they should now. Yeah.
Okay, but so yeah, and like the great thing about like engineer staff to master is that you can throw it on top of people, and it actually like perplexes and silences them as if they walked through the energy field.
So it does actually perplex. Okay, that's the one thing I was double checking on. It does perplex. You're right. Okay, that's like the base effect even. Okay, so yeah, that seems really strong to me. So that's
like
the one I was looking for.
Because normally, like, it's a 2 second silence and perplex, which of course, especially the perplex is really strong way. Like you can't use items. But that's only like if they actually walk through it, which is like difficult to do usually. But with the staff to master, you just pop it on top of them, and it has like 800 range or something. And yeah, it's like a 2 seconds window of initiation.
Oh, there's a commitment. Magebane, the Typhoon's put down. The energy field goes out as well. Magebane just going to get exploded on. Wretched Hag with the Bat Blast on top of that. I mean, the whole team just got exploded here on the Hellborn side. Nomad, I was going to bring it up till earlier too. They're just going to call it GG, by the way. We got a game 3 coming out, but Nomad likely needs to get a BKB. It looks like he was starting to build it, but it was just way too much of a lead at this point for Vinicius. And hey, we get a game 3. Dutch, nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely. So really well played from Legion here. The Zephyr picks really worked out well against both Magebane and Nomad, because they just don't really have tools to deal with them, right? Mm-hmm. They just deal, like, Zephyr just does so much passive damage. So yeah, I don't necessarily know what they could have done better here.